All right, hello and good evening, Zelda 1 Randomizer race fans. We are here to celebrate the Triforce Triple Play first season that we've done like this, the TTP Season 1, and this is round of 32 tournament. We're starting off with our very first match of the tournament with Malchior versus dk9146. In your commentary booth tonight, I am Neo No Name, and joining me is JXB Adam. Adam, how are you this lovely evening?
Hey Neo, I'm doing good because we have Zelda action tonight. This is the Triforce Triple Play presented by SpeedGaming. This is the first season, so it's the inaugural season. Chat, are we hyped for this?
Oh, I sure hope they are, because I know I am. Super pumped for tonight. And Adam, I see you already asking these fantastic questions in chat. So why don't we take a second here and talk about our flag set and how many fun chain reaction blocks we can get.
That sounds great, Neo. So I do know wood sword blocks are on. What else does this flag set have in store for us tonight?
Well, we have our wood sword blocks that are on right now, which is always a gem. Now, we aren't forcing any overworld blocks, however. We are playing on a mixed quest first quest overworld, which means even though we got all the fun first quest overworld things, such as 3 large secrets, we have the maybe not so fun things like ladder spots on the river that you're pulling from second quest, a whole bunch of power bracelet spots that don't normally exist in first quest, a whole bunch of recorder spots. We may find ourselves in a really interesting world where the Armos item is going to bring us down all sorts of paths to go find that wood sword. And by the way, here we go, starting off on dk9196's side over in the forest.
That's right, and DK tonight is facing Malchior, who's on the left side of the screen. We are starting in the forest. DK beelining the desert shop, finding a secret. Small one, 7 rupees.
Oh, that's rough. Now, I would be remiss if we didn't call out, by the way, our tracker for this evening. That would be Mrs. Malchior is joining us. So this works out absolutely perfectly. Thank you, Mrs. Malchior, for tracking this evening.
Yes, trackers are the MVPs of all the tournaments. We did see Malchior at the forest shop finding a medium secret at 27 rupees. We got our white sword item is a heart container. I couldn't quite make out the Armos item. It's the white sword.
Oh my goodness gracious. That is a great start.
Yeah, somebody called for some offense. Are extra candles on in this? I think they might be.
I think we are looking for extra candles here today. We're going to take a peek. Oh, extra candles. Now, here's some fun. Extra candles are random. So whether or not we get our candles that are going to show up in the Wood Sword Cave and also the Take Any Caves, or are they going to be vanilla? Are they just going to sit there with a heart and with a potion?
Yeah, well, we're going to find out. Malchior about to pick up that white sword as DK gets a medium secret. The same medium secret that Malchior previously picked up.
Now, while we're talking about things that are potentially going to be random this evening, there's our usual fun of randomness for the White Sword item, the Armos item, which we already saw at the White Sword, and our Coast item, which I think we're going to be seeing ever so soon on DK's side. And by the way,
we do have those extra candles. Malchior picking up a candle out of the Wood Sword Cave as DK finds a large secret at the Coast Cave, 87 rupees, and a red candle on the coast.
Fantastic. That one's a great one to see. If you're looking for early offense, and of course, if we find that ladder early. That goes to my last random comment for this too, was the hints. The hints can randomly be good, they can be bad, they can be wildly unhelpful this evening. We're about to find out, I think, as we start poking around in our first dungeon, level 2 on Malchior's side.
Oh boy, so Malchior has level 2. In the meantime, DK has gotten a bomb force off of the red Wizrobes on the overworld. Red Wizrobes, Pole's voice on the overworld, and a free recorder in level 2. What is this seed, Neo?
Oh my goodness gracious. I'll take that free recorder because there's a lot of stuff that you can find with that. And an any key?
What?
Oh my
is this stuff?
Oh, how easy are we going to make this?
I play this game and it's like the any key doesn't exist. The recorder's deep in level 7. I don't know.
Well, Right now, this looks like we could use a little bit of bombs to keep progressing over into, but bombs are on the cheap.
1 rupee bombs. What is this nonsense?
And
oh, finally a Wizrobe brings back some sanity to this game by taking out DK.
You know, taking a look at some of the quote unquote easiness that we have over here, right? There's the bombs at 1, Wizrobes on the overworld. If you happen to like Wizrobes on the overworld, it's not so bad.
I don't think Malchior likes them. That red Wizrobe said bye-bye, pow. And we see I think our door repair is a minimum of 15 rupees.
Well, that's not so bad since we've been seeing, you know, not necessarily the best secrets that we've ever seen before. Alright, we have DK up, DK moving right along, and Malchior with a nice clip into the bush confirms the 2Q7 spot is not part of our Mixed Quest overworld today.
Yeah, the Woodsword Cave being up in Casino Corner, gonna put DK at a little bit of a disadvantage early. However, DK could pop into a dungeon. Maybe there's a free ladder, which we know will be a free red candle.
True, not to mention we may find a take any all along the way. And with all that money that's sitting over in DK's wallet, I'm sure that a candle is not too far in the future, if desired, of course.
Absolutely. I mean, DK, 132 rupees, just has to find a candle shop. Also, we have Lionel's on the overworld. That means the big bad of the dungeons is going to be the Dark Nuts, but we have the White Sword. I don't know. I think this is just survive the overworld seed.
Survive the overworld seed, and maybe even practice seed. But we'll see. When you get this easy, it's going to be tough in the dungeons, maybe. And by the way,
there's level 1.
Absolutely. And we see Malchior, no pirouette, nothing like that, just going straight through because he already has the any key from level 2. Now, I wonder if that's going to change. Oh my goodness, the wand already. Wand?
Did you ask for extra offense? You know what the next item's going to be? I'm calling it now. It's going to be the red ring. It's going to be on level 1. And probably the ladder, too, because this seed is just like, let's roll.
Right on the floor. One more room in. Call it a day. Oh, okay. Maybe not.
Well, maybe 2 rooms in. We'll find out. DK about to get all of the wonderful spoils out of this level 2. There's the map, and we get our first ink blot. We do have Shapes Dungeons. We didn't mention that, but oh, and yeah, the bait block is just off out in a little nubbin, so no bait block tonight.
And we got DK picking up our 2 items in 2. Now DK's out of bombs at this point in time, so they're gonna get stopped much the same as Malchior did. But with the any key in play here, there was a potential that we might see some different routing, some different approaches with Malchior having an any key versus DK not. But hey, we've evened up that game right here. This is a very, very even match already. And with nothing in that circle mode room, it looks like it's time to go.
Yeah, that's what I think's gonna happen. We could potentially pirouette a bomb wall on the left-hand side there of the entrance. I don't know if either of our runners attempted to do that.
Well, that's a good
or
catch,
it would have magically pirouetted just when they first entered, and I haven't called a Z1R seed in a little bit. Sorry, chat.
Oh, and the silver
arrows? What on earth? Okay,
yeah,
so I got the wrong level 9 item. Sorry, chat.
Well, it's not over yet. Who knows what we're going to end up finding. We got just a little bit more left. We do have Heart Shuffle on here, right? Yes, we do. So, of course
good.
We do.
Finally a block, but unfortunately, we have the recorder, so this block is a nothing burger.
Alright, we see DK finally finding the Woodsword Cave, but it doesn't matter for the Woodsword. However, that is quite a nice candle to be picking up, and a very free Triforce for Mal.
Okay, so I've got a question in chat from KTAP. What did I walk into?
It was the red
level
ring.
1 being level 9 with the wand. All the every nice thing. You've walked into the most fueled jet seed you're going to see probably the entire tournament.
Adam, you basically called that level 1 right there, so I have to ask, what do we have next? What's upcoming? What even can be upcoming at this point?
Well, the last thing that could possibly happen in this seed is the ladder being buried somewhere to block a dungeon on the river or the raft blocking something, because we are just about out of things. I believe the power bracelet is the other thing we're lacking.
Yeah, we could be hurting a little bit on the power bracelet, might need that raft, could use a whole bunch of things. I would find it very entertaining to see an enormous Shapes 8 with a ladder that brings us right to a level right there on the river. That'd be a load of fun. Or
So
even better, a ladder-blocked bow in the dungeon.
Oh, no. I figured it out.
Oh,
I
good.
know what this seed is hiding, because this seed has been nothing but the, dare I say it, the freest seed I have seen in quite some time. It's got to be the case that the bow is in level 9, because important items in level 9 is on, and it is absolutely buried, possibly bombing through Ganon's room to get to it.
Interesting. Now, important items are 9. If we don't go the route of the river level out there, could we perhaps get the ladder and the bow in 9, and you need the ladder to get to the bow?
Or maybe there's a ladder block in level 9, and that's the only ladder block in the game.
Oof.
And you've got a Goma that's blocking the ladder. So you have to get the bow out of somewhere to go get the ladder. That could be fun. But man, oh man, are we stretching to try to make this seed anything but free?
Yeah, it's a lot of work going in here. Though we did see a fun game the other night. Sorry, Jess, where they ended up being a little bit of a ladder block there too for getting into 9. I'm sorry, for getting Zelda in 9. It was a little messy. All right, we see DK just going through 1 right now.
Yeah, DK is about to find out that level 1 is doing the level 9 impersonation tonight with a side of level 6, because 6 and 9 like to stick together for some reason.
All right, we get Malchior checking out the 1Q2. Since this is a mixed quest first quest overworld, we are going to see a recorder spot here as compared to our normal level 2 that we would see. This was pure first quest. And all it does is give us a shot. A little bit of bait, which we know is not helpful. Candle, which we don't need since we already have one. And yeah, we're in excuse me, sorry. So we basically don't have a need for really anything that we're running into in that shop. Keys, and we got the any key.
Yeah, we're just on a, not just a race, but we're on a race where you better have some good stamina and better to be able to sprint, because this is just go this seed. Oh, Jess, waiting for an easy white sword bow in chat. Well, I've got good news for you, Jess. The white sword item is the Coast Heart container. Also, Heart Shuffle is on. It's just we're coming up with all the items in the small dungeons so far.
No, it seems absolutely crazy how much of a density that we have of these items in the lower level dungeons that we're running into. Not that we've seen a lot of other dungeons on the map so far, though. Wonder where they're all hiding. Now with these,
oh, they've got to be around somewhere.
That they do, and with these, let me go for some very cheap bombs over here. With these dungeons out of the way, and both of these runners are stacked, right? Any key, red ring, wand, white sword, silvers, everything. Question is who thinks that they're that far ahead, or does anybody sit back and go, oh my goodness, my opponent is in the same position I am right now. They're jetting, I'm jetting. I wonder how this is going to play out.
Honestly, when you start catching a jet seed like this, the best attitude to have is just to think, okay, my opponent's probably doing everything I'm doing. I'm just going to stick to my game. I'm going to explore the overworld just like I wanted to. I'm not going to take any gambles. Everything's okay. And those 1 rupee bombs, wow.
Yeah, and so far we're seeing a lot of that with Mal going back to level 2 at this point in time. We know we found both of the items, but we were bomb blocked from going any further. Now bomb's been found, and yeah, off they go.
So I know the any key was on the floor in the room over there. Is it possible this is a segmented level 2, and that's a push block due to remove most open stairs? Probably not. I don't think that that particular room layout can be a remove most open stairs, but just some food for thought.
It's interesting. I don't think we actually have remove most open stairs on for this this flag set in the tournament. So we are. Oh, there's the Triforce. That's not a lot of work to get.
Okay, we got both items. We got the Triforce. We are done with level 2. And DK is saying, yeah, I'm right there with you, buddy. You're not getting ahead of me for any length of time.
And so right now with Aquamentus awaits in the desert, so we're potentially looking at either real hints here or potentially deceptive hints. Because to be fair, I don't quite remember the algorithm with deceptive in terms of what they end up doing there. But we have some form of hints that are not community or blank as a result of going through the random.
So deceptive hints are either true or false, but they're giving you a hint that could be true. That you won't get any Aquamentus awaits with a 1996 Dodge Caravan.
I would be interested in that though. That would really mix up the seed. And we have these two runners in much the same spot over here in the Lost Hills, just checking out what we have and taking a little bit of a screen scroll over to 1Q5.
So, Neo, we have Johnny Blade in chat telling us that there was a hint that the recorder was a white sword item. So we know that it is deceptive hints tonight.
Oh, great catch, Johnny. That is fantastic and good to see. Hopefully our runners caught that same level of information.
So that is actually the downside of having every single thing be an item here in the early game. We don't have very many hearts, though the red ring does make us have a deceptive number of hearts in that we have 12, effective 12.
All right, we have our any roads taking one of the power bracelet spots off the map, which is helpful.
And one of the raft spots.
And we get a hint about going over to the grave, whether it ends up being helpful or not. I suppose we'll find out. Anything's a mixed bag, maybe with deceptive. And by the way, there is Malchior finding level 5 at the top of the waterfall. Looks like DK is going to be right behind him.
Yep, and there's a heart right on the floor, just sitting in a Triforce room. And Smilefire is pointing out that I cannot do math. They actually have 4 hearts, so they have effective 16, except for Malchior, who now has a 5 hearts, so it'd be 20. But it just turns out that I'm not licensed to do math on stream, and I am proving it. And, oh, Malchior, what are you going to do?
The almost for the heart, almost for the bomb. All right, let's go through the bomb hole. And then another.
You asked for a second mugger. Uh-oh. The game has finally decided that it's time to be a little rude.
Well, level 5, you find a heart, you take a heart. At least you come out, you know, net 0.
Yeah, and here DK doesn't even drop a bomb, just keeps going right on nipping right at Malchior's heels. And it is level 5, so of course the first push block will be the staircase. It's just how this game likes to play.
Alrighty, bombs. That might be our hint to go bomb around this room, or we may have to bomb through the second mugger, or maybe we're either hard or soft segmented here, and we got to take a trip through that transport, which both runners appear to be doing.
Well, we could also end up needing to go into that second mugger, pay him off, and bomb up. That would be special.
That would be fun.
Well, there's our map, and oh my goodness, I think there is a way to go. There is a room above that second mugger. Now, whether or not it's needed, that's a completely separate story.
That's very interesting. No segment to be found here, so this is going to be our one transport here in 5. And I suppose we'll see what that means. Malchior picking up the same map, and yeah, taking a moment to take a look at this. This is quite the adventure, but down we can maybe go? Yes, we can. So chat making the commentary on it, which I can fully agree, is this going to end up coming down to routing choices in 9 or even overall? And we can see with DK making the route that he's going right now, we are finding the compass and therefore finding the Triforce in the upper right-hand corner and finding the ladder.
The ladder? What?
Whereas
okay.
we have Mal digging a little bit further to the south.
Okay. If this Triforce isn't guarded by a Goma, and guarded by a Goma well so that it's not just a standing drop in the room, yeah, I don't know what else we're going to be lacking. I mean, I know there's still a couple items outstanding that we may need, but holy cow, chat.
And freebie Triforce.
So, for the first time tonight, DK taking a little bit of a lead. Malchior will be coming right hot on his heels, most likely grabbing the compass here in this room.
There we go. And the gap between the two of them is so incredibly small at this stage of the game that them continuing, Malchior continuing to poke around level 5, that's reasonable to make sure that he can find the item that's sitting down in the staircase here. But overall, I mean, there's going to have to be a really messy level at some point in time with some really messy routing to create any sort of gulf between these two runners.
So far, the only level that's got messy routing is going to be our overworld, if you consider the overworld to be similar to a level.
I'll take it. It's good enough comparison for me.
All right, Malchior about to grab his ladder as DK finds a secret. And just like that, if you look at our money, we got 242 on Malchior's side. DK has 230. You know what that means? Bomb upgrades.
Absolutely. It's time to spend it when you can find it. And with this seed being as nice as it is, I'm sure that we're going to come across, let's say, level 3 with bomb upgrade after bomb upgrade.
Yeah, what else are you going to do? Are we going to buy a big shield? I don't think either of these runners ever use a big shield.
No need for the blue ring. There's no need for bait. We know that. Arrows already got the silvers. Keys got the Yenny key.
Oh, we got everything. And bombs, let's say we have to buy bombs. Well, it turns out a $5 will buy you 5 packs of bombs this seed. Or potions, that's the only other purchase, but we still have to find that letter.
Mrs. Mal calling out that that Malchior did, during the SGL tournament, actually make a big shield purchase. It was crazy for everybody watching it. But it is a rarity. It is a rarity for sure. Some people out there swear by it, however.
Well, the trick to the big shield is your like combat. If you're capable of not getting eaten by a like and losing that big shield, and the big shield doesn't mess with your screen scrolling, by all means, it's all upside.
True. And we have 2 different trips to Death Mountain, so now we have a small divergence, right? We have East Death Mountain for Malchior, we have West Death Mountain for DK. Let's see if we can't find ourselves some more levels up here.
Well, we got level 6 on Malchior's side.
And what a lovely shade.
And I like El Oroco in chat. I'm not capable of going 5 minutes without getting the shield eaten. And I'm like, 5 minutes? You can manage that. And we've got a little bit of divergence, but our runners will converge. DK finding level 9. And by converge, I mean they'll converge on level 9, but it's going to be a few Triforces from now.
True. And now 9 is, it might be, what was that, 1 south, 1 south and 1 to the right of the vanilla 2Q spot. But the overall, I mean, they're both digging Death Mountain. They're both going to find both of these levels here. The divergence is minor. It's going to come down to how much of a struggle these levels themselves put up.
That's right. Or if the mountain itself has some wondrous Wizro blocks. But when you've got a 1 rupee bomb shop on the mountain, you won't be running out of bombs.
I like how Mal did the dip and saw that it was Ganon's room. There's no drop in there. Oh, wait, it's a compass. Had to make the revisit. If anybody here has ever had that mistake, I'll raise my hand too. That's a common one. Oh, and there's another dungeon.
DK has level 8, so yeah, both of these runners will full clear the mountain, I believe. Unless Mal decides to just completely skip West Death Mountain, which I doubt he'll do.
No, there'd have to be a good reason for that, and I think that we're just not going to find enough stuff on East Death Mountain to go and be a driver there. Oh, no push block.
So now the real thing is, will one of these 2 runners find the bow on the floor after killing a room in one of these large dungeons?
That could be the real game. I mean, at this point, what else do you need? It's just the bow. And if Mal gets the bow in 6, everything is just Triforce and go. DK picks it up in 8, same deal. Everything's Triforce and go.
Alright, we have a staircase in level 8. what will this staircase contain? A transport, hooray. And there's our confirmation of deceptive hits. Gliok returns close to start. We do not start on Death Mountain.
I was gonna say Death Mountain's not close to start. I don't know about that.
Well, there's Triforce out of level 8 for DK. 3 items in there. I can't imagine DK will skip out. Though maybe you continue exploring Death Mountain a little bit, seeing if you can find a smaller dungeon, three or four to clear out first. We have the recorder. We can quickly get back to level 8 if we need to.
Exactly, and it's a prime spot to return to, because at this point, you know, sure, recorder, it'll let you get back. There's 3 items in 8 compared to any of the other ones out there, but there's 3 in 8, and everything else has got 2 at this point in time. You're going to want to check a 3 and a 4 before you start digging into an 8.
Yeah, we have Malchior digging around here in level 6 instead of just beelining the Triforce. And we did find the letter up at the Armos by the grave.
Very nice, very nice. Need some potions in this trip.
So right now we are missing levels 3 and 7 as DK has just wandered into level 4 at 1Q6.
Now, and there's a map for Malchior, so we'll get a chance to see what the 6 looks like. If it's a nice one, if it's a messy one, doesn't feel like the best in the world, but maybe not the worst so far.
Oh, it's pretty chonky. It's a level 6.
Okay.
Level 6 is usually a chonk.
Shape 6, wonderful dungeon.
Yeah, that's 3/4 of an average 9. There's the power bracelet in a like in level 4.
Very nice. Good pickup going ahead and snagging that out of 4. And we were saying about the bow, but with us not seeing that many dungeons on the overworld and not having a ton of spaces left, I wonder if this power bracelet is going to make any sort of difference for us.
There is a not insignificant chance. We are still missing levels 3 and 7, so we'll find out, I suppose. And it's also helpful in level 4, and any level really, to get the floor item, because then you know you're only looking for potential staircase rooms to clear. It makes the dungeon exploration go that much faster.
Absolutely, and you know what? You'll find a compass probably sitting around somewhere for the actual Triforce portion of this. And there's that compass exactly. Now you know where your Triforce is, and after that, it's just push blocks. Nice ladder clip from Mal.
And so DK does a block clip just because why not? And a potential ladder block here in level 4, but that's not a block for our runners. They already have the ladder, and here's the staircase.
Unless we have ourselves in a secret, you know, one-off segment, because I think we've seen some pretty solid continuity here, then we are going to go see something hopefully entertaining in 4 here.
It's a heart container, but that's kind of to be expected. We are running out of items. We only have 4 items outstanding that are on our tracker.
Yeah, this is truth. There's not going to be a whole lot left out there, but what's out there matters.
Absolutely, and chat will note that I said 4, even though there are 5. I decided not to count the raft just because I see K-Tap out in chat.
You know, to be fair, I thought you were going to cut the wooden boomerang off, and I was ready to not even argue with that.
Oh, I've got to be careful with boomerangs, because I think it's like 40% of the community likes the wooden boomerang, 40% likes the magical boomerang, and 20% think boomerangs are just terrible. I personally like the green boomerang.
That sounds like a great option out there. I'd take it if I could. Generally speaking, I mean, you love them, you hate them. Boomerang's really helpful in the early game. Maybe not as much in the late game, depending on how you feel. First boomerang you find is usually the best. And we found Mags over on DK side out in the grave.
Yeah, the way this seed has been going, I don't think we're going to be picking up Mags. Just not enough hearts on path so far.
Agreed. And the second that we... Oh, and there's 3 under... Was that a recorder spot out in the desert for DK?
I think it's a
Oh, by
recorder
the
in the
grave, I'm
southwest
sorry.
corner by the grave. Yeah.
Oh, and
There's
there's
the magic boomerang in 3. Boy, not only do we have deceptive hints, it seems like we have, oops, all deceptive hints. There's a Triforce in level 3. DK going to continue poking around. There will be an item on the floor and an item in a stair.
So we're down to just that stair item. 3 is small enough. It makes a lot of sense to dig it. Generally, once you hit about 4/5 is when that sense starts going away. Depending, of course, on how things roll.
Yeah, Malchior does find a heart container in level 6, now just looking for the stair item, and this is a potential room right here. Question in chat from KTAP, is this a best of 1? Yes, it is. Best of 1. One of these runners moves on. The other one gets to shed salty tears of unhappiness for being put out of the tournament. Neo, do you see the conversation that's gotten started in chat?
Yeah, I do. I do see out there in chat. We are now on the Boo Earns meringues, which I'm gonna be honest, I kind of love. So we started something there, Adam.
Oh yeah, and we found that level 3 is segmented. A transport stair. We don't normally have those. But we are going to be rewarded with the map, and DK's not going to even take the time to walk around and get that. That's a little bit of a surprise. Maps in level 3 show you where to bomb.
Skipping the map in 3? I mean, this has got to be a... I have to think that the DK is thinking much that we were referencing before of, hey, listen, it's really... You find all these great things really early on. I wonder what my opponent did with that information. If they went ahead and they went even faster. And if the map isn't worth it for you to go ahead and walk around that spiral and snag, like, you got to be feeling nervous at this stage.
Oh yeah, I think DK feels like this is absolutely a jet, and I don't think there's a single member of chat that will argue that this seed is not a jet seed, and is just going. But when you skip a map, sometimes the shapes algorithm likes to just hide a room off of something, and you just won't know it's there without that map. I mean, or bombing every single wall.
Yeah, and that's the challenge too. Is bomb upgrade fantastic, right? Bomb upgrade for 2, I think it was, which I think would make sense, seeing as how DK has 10. But the bomb upgrade is helpful. But when you're going around and you got nothing left other than going and bombing and bombing and bombing, it's a concern. And by the way, I think that DK feels that way because now we're back on a trip to the map again.
Oh, and that map is just in a little tiny one-off segment. DK losing a single bomb over there, but look at all of the just little tiny offshoots in this level 3. That map is absolute gold.
This is fantastic. Now, he knows where the Triforce is. He's seen the compass a few times and ignored it, but there is still that floor item we got to go digging for, and it does look like we may be throwing down some bombs to do that.
I thought he got the floor item and is looking for a stair item.
Stair item. I apologize. Yes, you're exactly right. Looking for the...
No need to apologize. This seed is going so fast. It's just like zip, zap, and here we go. This is most likely our stair item.
Ooh, and we have some hints for sale.
All right, the first one is a whammy. It's the book, and Korea gumbles with the wrap. And the sad thing is, with our knowledge right now, there is a not insignificant chance that that is correct. The other 2 hints were both deceptive.
Now, the challenge here is Malchior buying all 3 of them? I mean, is he sitting back and hoping that he sees a hint that that is not necessarily, like, that he doesn't know if it's true or not to maybe lean into, or do you think he doesn't realize they're deceptive?
I think he was just buying all 3 and, you know, put a little grain of salt next to if you get a bow hint. And DK done with level 3, still has level 6 up on Death Mountain. So we'll have to get back up there. And oof, that's just a brutal, brutal screen to have the red Wizrobes. They spawn like a firing squad. Malchior taking a potion out of a take any.
That they do, that they do. So, well, we have our limited spots left. Let's see what we end up finding over here. And
Oh, there's
Malchior,
level
not
7.
not
Yeah,
under
go
any
ahead.
blocking item, just a bomb, right near where start is.
All right, so we don't need the power bracelet. Level 7 being very, very nice and immediately giving us a map. And boy, what a map. Now, with all the time Malchior sunk into level 6 to pull just 2 heart containers, do you suppose Malchior is going to start feeling bad and just noping and going, or is Malchior going to stay the course and continue clearing these dungeons?
You know, it's a great question to think about how he'd think about this. Now, he is quite known for doing some full clears there. But at this stage, I mean, with all that time and energy invested in 6, and then you find 7, and you recognize seven's not one that people in the community really like to dig, right? It's big in shapes, and you're only going to find 2 items in here as compared to like an 8 that's super big. Maybe he just gambles on finding something really important here in 7, and hoping DK won't make that same investment.
Honestly, that's not bad. Sometimes you make a call and you dig all of level 6 and you don't find anything. And you decide, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and just keep clearing the dungeons because I'll know. Question from Peggle Greg: 7 was near Vanilla Start. Yes, 7 was 1 west of Vanilla Start.
Yep, it's the vanilla money making game that's behind the bomb hole left of start.
Yep, and we've got the bow. Oh, bam! Had to delete a manhandler to get it, and did so expertly with 1 bomb. And now Malchior, finally getting some kind of an advantage for being so thorough.
So that could end up being a game changer, aside from the combat advantage he's going to get by having the silver arrows, which do max damage. Again, 7 is a level that DK may not want to dig. He may just go in there if he finds the Triforce and go. But then again, he may also find that on the way to the Triforce.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was only a couple of rooms from start. And I can imagine that if DK is in a stair room, DK might take the time to clear stair rooms going around things. And Gliok lurks near the grave. That's a true hint for the location of level 4.
Another staircase in 7, so this will be our transport here. We'll see if Mal takes it, or if he ends up continuing, or at least trying to go east here.
Yeah, you got to bomb 1 to the right and see if you can keep going this way. You don't want to leave this whole corner to end up transporting all the way like to the far northwest of the dungeon. DK finding whatever that was, a secret under the power bracelet spot near start.
Oh, and a potion purchase.
Okay.
53 for the blue and 70 for the red tonight.
A little bit of a markup, but man oh man, do we have the rupees for it.
All right, we'll find another door repair over by the recorder spot that is near start. And as we keep going through, I mean, DK's got 6 and 7 left to go and is really coming up close on 7 right now.
All right, DK with another take, Annie, and you're absolutely right. This routing is going to lead into level 7, I suspect in about 5 seconds.
Yes, this ends up being... Maybe this is where that routing part that we were talking about becomes the game changer overall. DK pops in here, the bow's on the way. We already know that Mal sunk a bunch of time into 6. If DK gets that bow, it's going to be Triforce and go. 6 is not going to be an investment. So that's where we have a potential gulf, but it's not a big one.
Okay, there's the Triforce for Malchior, and it's in the far northeast of the dungeon. So again, we don't anticipate DK is going to miss the bow, but I have seen stranger things happen.
that book is helping out. I mean, that was an early map, but nonetheless, being able to see everything in 7 early on is definitely a helpful piece.
And as was prognosticated by Mako in chat, DK will not miss the bow. I really didn't think DK would miss the bow either, and here's the confirmation. At 38 minutes and 5 seconds, DK is now in Triforce and Go mode, though DK does not know the location of level 6 and can clear the entire overworld.
This is true, and that's a situation where the power bracelet, he's been taking time to go and do a few of those different checks as he's been going. That just adds to the amount of spots to take a look at, and we know that it's not going to be necessary.
Which, honestly, that's okay. It's handing time back to Malchior. And right now, Malchior needs all the time that Malchior can get. A question from Yumi in chat. I'm late. Where was level 6? Level 6 is hiding up on West Death Mountain. DK went to East Death Mountain, found a level, and after clearing that level, which I believe was level 4, called it a mountain and decided to go elsewhere.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That was 4. That was, oh, actually, I'm sorry. Was that 8 up there? Now I say it was exactly right when I'm not actually sure. But,
well, it was exactly something. There was a level up there. And it was 8, so yeah, my memory's terrible. 4 is probably somewhere grave-like under a whistle spot.
That's right. We definitely had one under the whistle spot at the grave too. But we had 6 and 9 in West Death Mountain, so that's going to be a trip that DK has to take at some point in time.
So once again, Neo, I have proven one of the axioms of the internet, which is if you don't exactly know an answer to something, confidently state what you believe to be the answer, and somebody will correct you within a couple of seconds.
Did you see how easy that was? It was fantastic. Like we got immediately informed over here in chat. Those are a little pricey.
Of course, that's why we like chat. And there's a true hint. Aquamentus awaits with the wand. Will there be a hint in here that will help Malchior with the red ring? Is it going to be a triple Aquamentus hidden shop? We're not going to find out. I mean, imagine that. All 3 for items in level 1. How rare is that sort of thing? And we are about to have DK picking up the Triforce out of level 7. It is 7 Triforces to 5.
Right after Mal checks this out over here, picks up what he's going to pick up. I'm assuming we're going to see a screen scroll to the grave? Oh, maybe we're not. Okay.
I'm going to pick up this recorder spot first.
I feel like he'd already seen this as an any road, right? Oh, no, it wasn't this one. Never mind. Never mind. That is right.
So, yeah, we're heading towards both of these runners full clearing the overworld from different directions.
All right, and then here's that screen scroll over to the grave. We should be seeing that recorder check coming up right now, and that'll put Mal into his next dungeon.
Yep, this is level 3, and I believe level 4 is in the grave proper under the recorder.
Blue Boomerang doesn't take it. Early Triforce. I mean, it must be looking for overworld blocking items here then.
Yeah, Malchior, still having not seen all the dungeons, is looking for the power bracelet and the raft just to have all of those items accounted for. But really, I somewhat disagree with that, just on the principle of clear everything you can, you've got a recorder to come back for items.
Exactly. When the game tells you that it's time to go back into a dungeon, you can. And generally, you can go from the lowest up unless the enemy sets are a little bit messy. And that way you can kind of build off of that, but before then, it's such a free Triforce.
Oh.
Bob will go in and doing the recorder.
Popped by a lever.
Almost again. Good swap right there, DK.
Yeah, the levers do not mess around. We are back up towards the Lost Hills.
All right, Mal sees that segment, but doesn't go and take the trip through it. Instead, it looks like he's going back for the Triforce.
I think Mal's done with level 3.
Oh yeah. All right, fantastic. And we only have a 1 Triforce disparity between the two runners right now. 4 really wasn't that bad in terms of getting a Triforce, so not that big of a gap that we're looking at right now.
No, and in fact, the level 9 being up on Death Mountain, it's closer to level 8. Malchior are going to find the magical sword in the grave. That's what I remember seeing there. Level 4 is somewhere else. That's right. I think level 4 is at 1Q6, as my brain wraps around and remembers. As DK is into level 6, the time is now ticking for Malchior. And yes, the book map is definitely an advantage right up until it's a disadvantage. But for now, due to the fact that it gives you the map so you know where the bomb walls might open, I'm going to call it an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Now, if you spend all your time digging into bomb walls and trying to get through walls and losing all your bombs, that's one thing. But DK's been through this more than enough times that he's going to play as conservatively as he needs to when it comes to that.
So, yeah, level 8 and level 9 are right next to each other. However, because of that, DK could just whistle to level 8 and be right in level 9 as well. So, dungeon ordering not as huge of a factor as it could be. Though, if I remember right, the Triforce in level 6, I believe it's 3 under the D up there in the top area.
Yeah, it's definitely some level of investment to get up there. So there's going to be a little bit of a trip for TK to take. Now, we saw it all with Mal, who was looking for the 2 items in here, which, for those just tuning in, I believe it was just 2 hearts that we ended up finding in 6. But, you know, DK won't do that dig, but he still has to put in some work to get up to where that Triforce is going to be.
Still has to get to the Triforce. And, you know, unless the compass is somewhere down here, I don't remember where the compass is. If I know anything about this game, the compass is 1 room past the Triforce.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And now we have the compass in 4 for Mal. Now I got to tell you, not tracking, or rather not being the tracker for the night and being the commentator, and now trying to remember where all the dungeons are and all the room layouts, man, you don't realize how much you rely on your tracker when you're playing this game.
You know, I've been told I should track things when I play this game, and I just never do. And it's my downfall because I don't ever get a chance to have like a solid hour and a half. As Malchior gets the Triforce out of level 4, we have a tie ball game with a DK in the final dungeon that's needed to get into level 9.
Well, DK in 6, Death Mountain close to 9. Mal needs to go to 8, and it looks like that's the route we're going is to Death Mountain, which is close enough to 9. I mean, it's not going to be a terrible route to go ahead and get everything put together up here.
Not at all. And it was interesting. DK passing up the heart here on the like. But at this point, really, probably we'll pick it up this time just because we have to murder the likes, but maybe not.
I was going to say, that's just style
points
if you left that on the floor at that point in time.
I've seen runners do it. This will be the letter from Malchior, and Malchior is heading up to the remaining checks on the overworld.
I do support the suggestions that are in chat right now that Adam will be in Rookie Rumble 4. That sounds fantastic. I support this.
Okay, but Adam has to stream for that. And speaking of streaming and runners, look at these runners, look at this race, look at how well they are both doing. If that's not worth a follow, I don't know what is. So chat, you know what to do. If you're not already following these 2 runners, Malchior and dk9146, give them a follow right now. And also follow our tracker, Mrs. Malchior, because without trackers, I'm more lost than usual, and that's saying something. And, you know, while we're giving out follows, follow my co-com, Neo. Neo streams, also does a little bit of help here and there with setup. So, honestly, all-around good person. Follow him, show up in his stream. He'll be happy to see you.
Oh, and I appreciate that, Adam. I would call out that we should all subscribe to Adam right now too. But the downside is that Adam's not streaming.
Well, that just means you will not get a single notification ever.
that is the very positive way to look at that. I like that.
All right, DK has the compass. One room away from the Triforce. One room away from being eligible to enter level 9.
Yeah, the chat asking a great question. Where is Mal going? I think he's going for the checks for all the push blocks. Yeah.
Power bracelet checks.
There's that Triforce.
That's it. We have the Triforce of Wisdom assembled for dk9146. Level 9 eligible. And it's only a few screens away.
It looks like DK is taking the whistle all the way to 6. Or to 8, I'm sorry. Or 6.
Makes sense to go to 8. And you're going to go 1 left, 1 down, 1 left, and that's going to be your level 9. Or, you know, you go the way that he's going, which is left and then down. And then left again, because it's this screen right here into level 9 DK goes. We get to see the map. What an interesting map this level 9 is.
Well, here we go. And as per usual, Adam, we are looking for 2 big things here. The Roar of Ganon, which can be heard in any adjacent room. And the door which blocks the kidnapped. Blocks Zelda in this case here. And that door will only pop open after Ganon has been defeated, not when you clear the room.
That's right, Neo. And we have Malchior finally up on East Death Mountain, about to find level 8. And I don't remember if level 8 had a quick early Triforce, or if it was a little bit trolly and hidden in the dungeon. So we're going to get to see that on... if it's only a few rooms in, I can't imagine Malchior will do anything other than just grab and go. Malchior is going to see level 9 next, which is quite helpful.
And this level 9 can be trolly. Granted, it's missing, you know, the far right column there. It's got a bunch of holes in it, right? But who knows? Smaller 9s often mean that there's going to be a lot of magical staircases, and sometimes you got to find just the right combo to get to where you're going.
That's exactly right. And speaking of combos, if your combo happens to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the combo of my space luggage. Please don't use that. Or was it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Help me out here, Neo. I can't remember. And there is Zelda found for DK. One more piece of the puzzle down. One more to go. Just needs to find the Roar of Ganon.
Not trolly on finding Zelda, but could still be trolly on Ganon. Maybe in one of those little offshoots over in the 9 column.
All right, Malchior has found level 8. So we may still have a race on our hands. Remains to be seen.
There is our Roar, and there's our pig.
Well,
DK, meet Ganon.
So, yeah, we were saying that there was a race. I think the race is for chat now, and the race is to see after DK slays Ganon and after DK rescues Princess Zelda, who will get the GGs in chat. So this is getting the GGs in chat after DK is finished, not right now, which anyone can do.
Not too much left on Ganon. White Sword, of course, cutting the amount of hits in half. And I think we need one more. There it is.
Yeah, and DK not potioning because that fill-up with how fast this seed has been might be the difference. And it looks like Malchior may complete the Triforce of Wisdom as DK is finishing the game. Because that, I think that might have been... No, that's not the door. This is the door.
Here,
we just have to do a block clip. There it is. All right, chat. You know the drill. Get your GGs out. Your race winner tonight, dk9146. And there it is, rescuing Princess Zelda at the same time as Malchior is grabbing the Triforce out of level 8. An official racetime.gg time of 52 minutes and 34 seconds. GG's DK.
GG's to DK. Let's see if we can't get DK up here into the commentator booth while we see Mal go ahead and pop into 9 in just a moment or so here. And get an opportunity to hear his thoughts on how the seed went, this incredibly fast seed.
Yep, I have to say the story of this seed was Mal's full clear of level 6 for absolute bupkis.
Yeah, I have to say you are spot on there.
So Malchior here in level 9 does not have the book, so does not start with the map. And deciding to take the first staircase, let's see if that's helpful or hurtful. And we
there
are
we
joined. Yeah.
Yeah, joining us,
Race winner.
dk9146. Congratulations, DK.
GG's DK.
Yeah, thanks. That was zoomy as heck.
Yes, the jet was fueled up tonight. What a great first... Is this the first seed of the tournament? I think it is.
Yeah, I believe so, unless someone snuck one in this afternoon sometime.
No, but we do have another one later this evening, but you guys are number 1. Great start.
Yeah, I hated my routing throughout most of that, but it really worked out well somehow.
Yeah, with everything being the way it was, I mean, you saw it yourself. You can see right down the middle here for people watching. 1 and 2 were just chock full of really, really fun items. The Armos item is a wood sword. I mean, you and Malchior got them at approximately the same time for everything in 1 and 2, and it just became go, go, go from that point on.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. And I made a play for Death Mountain, found where 8 and 9 were up there, found the triangle quick in 8, and I was like, I've got a flute, I'm out of here. And then the easy bow in 7, man, the game was too nice because I was all in on 9 for a bow otherwise.
Yeah, that lucked out. We were pontificating whether or not you would go digging for anything in 7, but that bow was not just there, but it was right there when you were going through into 7. So worked out quite well.
Yeah, the only thing I hated that I did, and it clearly didn't pay off, was 3. And now I thought I was cool not going around to get the map, and then of course the rest of 3's hidden behind a bomb wall somewhere.
Yeah, we did see that. We were certainly noticing that the few moments saved by going ahead and not walking around the spiral, and then taking the trip right on back to go ahead and find that map.
Yeah, but what can you do? Everything else worked out well, and the game was way too nice.
Exactly. No need to gamble necessarily on popping into 9 or anything like that. Just a straight up in, find the kidnapped, find Ganon right away, right after, and 9 was incredibly quick.
Yeah, as long as you route that direction, and I took that one transport that took me right back to the room I was just in before, and then straight north was everything else.
All right, Mal picking up his map, getting a chance to see that level 9. And Mal hears Ganon. It is time for the fight with the piggy.
All right, the white sword in hand. It is 8 swipes to make the big piggy cry uncle, and then a single silver arrow will reduce the big pig to bacon crumble. As Cammy and Rinakai likes to say in chat, Suey.
An excellent stun lock from Mal right there.
Absolutely. And I believe Malchior has seen the door. There it is from the other side. And into the room goes Malchior. Ladies and gentlemen of chat, get your GGs out for your race runner-up Malchior with an official racetime.gg time of 57 minutes and 13 seconds. GG's Malchior.
GG's Malchior. We're gonna see if we can't get him into the commentator's booth here. Hear his thoughts afterwards on how the seed went overall. But this is our, as we were saying, our first match of the TTP best of 32 round, and yeah, congratulations so far, DK picking up the win.
Yeah, see, this I was supposed to lose tonight because I was already ready to come in here and say Mr. Full Clear versus Mr. First Out. So I already had it all together.
Everything planned. Unfortunately, that was disrupted, but that's okay. Made for a good evening for tonight for sure. Yeah, and Opno calling out a fun side effect of the way that the Shapes dungeon went. There was a turnstile room just above, turnstile room just below Zelda. Hey, Shapes does fun things.
Shapes indeed does do fun things. All right, I see Malchior in setup. He should be joining us shortly, and there he is, our race runner-up, Malchior, who had a plan if this night went south. Malchior, GG's.
Who had a plan if this night went south? That's funny. Jeez, when a 57 doesn't get it done, you have a tough opponent.
Yeah, how about this seed? I think somebody fueled up the jet.
Yeah, that's the jettiest of jet seeds I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, GG Malchior. I think she was making up for what I understand were fun races last night.
Indeed, that's what I heard too. GG's DK. Yeah, it completely slipped my mind that I was playing to my strengths. Full clear, faster than anyone else can figure out the seed. That's fine, but like usually when I full clear I don't see every room of a shape 6, so that was bad. If I'd have just been a little diligent with that dig dogger in the corner of 6, the first time I saw him, go down, there's the heart, go left, there's the stair, and I get done with that 6 in 10 rooms as opposed to like 30 plus rooms.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the story of this seed was level 6. DK found level 6 after level 7, so already had the bow, already was in go mode.
Yeah, and I figured by the time that I found bow in 7, I'm like, oh crap, this is the natural path. And I spent time in 6. I'm in trouble, I'm in danger.
Yeah, I wasn't looking for items, but I just counted. I did 25 rooms of 6, so I wasn't too far behind.
Okay, then.
Yeah, level 6, you still had to do quite a slog to get up to the Triforce. There was no easy way to it.
Yeah, you had to go around. That was fun. But everything was super easy with that instant red ring, instant one. Oh my gosh, white sword almost into free candle. Ooh, man, I was drooling.
Yeah, I couldn't help but laugh after those after 2 and then getting to 1 shortly thereafter, and I was just like, what is even happening right now?
Yeah, level 1, what was it? Wand, silver arrows, red ring, level 1 doing its impersonation of both level 6 and 9.
Yeah.
The full combat package. It was crazy. And then 2, it's like 2 I found first, like, oh, instant recorder, it's a chest seed. Straight into instant any key. Neither of them required combat. I'm like, this is dumb. Dumb in a good way, but holy crap. I know for a fact that blitz seeds do not play to my advantage, because usually I like to be able to struggle through something and have my opponent either make mistakes or be slower in combat. But when the game hands you everything, you just gotta go.
Yeah, and dollar bombs to boot. It was like I couldn't not buy a bomb.
Dollar bombs. Definitely should have recorded out of that 6 when I had the instant compass into Triforce. Yeah, I don't know why I stayed in. Probably just because I like playing this game. But hey, good win, DK. Go take some names.
We'll see what happens. I didn't even look at the bracket because I didn't like I told them before you came in. I had already preset this to be Mr. Full Clear versus Mr. First Out, and then it didn't happen. So I guess I'll have to see who I may play next.
I think you got a shot in the next round. I don't even remember who it is, but I'll just say I think you got a shot.
It's going to be the winner of Mako and Ryan, I believe, that are going to be the 2 that the DK is going to be running up against. So we'll see how that looks when that match plays out. I don't think it's been scheduled quite yet, but I'm sure it'll be soon.
All I know is, DK, I got a shiny trophy here at my house with your name on it.
Very, very nice. I like it.
Malchior, are you providing a trophy for this tournament?
No, I'm just giving it to DK. I was the defending SGL champion, so he takes my trophy.
Nice.
Well, thanks for getting this on the air tonight, guys. I had no
Yeah,
aspirations
thanks,
for getting this up, and appreciate it. And then hopefully, I'm looking forward to watching some stuff too. So we'll see how everybody else does.
Yeah, now I get to commentate these things. I'm done. I'm free.
Well, then we will look forward to seeing Mal commentary up there in the future. And thanks for everybody who did get this together last minute up here on the air tonight. There's another match coming up, actually, in just a little bit, over on SpeedGaming 2 for everybody at 10 p.m. That's going to be the next one of our Triforce Triple Play series. So go ahead and please do check that out. But as it goes, we'll try to get as many of these on the air as we possibly can for going forward for the rest of the bracket, but do expect over the next few weeks there's going to be a lot more Zelda 1 randomizer race action.
All right, thank you all very
Absolutely.
much. My bad.
Yeah, no, Malchior, go ahead. I was just going to say, DK, Malchior, any final thoughts on the match tonight?
Nah, thanks for the coverage. Thanks for the race. I tell you, DK is leveling up big time. Everyone's leveling up big time. There's no one that's like in mid-level status anymore. Anyone can beat anyone. That's kind of the glory of this game.
I will just smile and say, if you ever play me, you'll find out that you can beat me hands down using a single controller that's on the ground being used by your left foot.
I don't know about that.
And on that race that's coming up tonight, it is at 10 p.m. Eastern on SpeedGaming 2. We will have Shaddy versus Panzer Dave, so be sure to tune in and check that match out. That should be one heck of a race. Neo, did you have any final thoughts for tonight?
Not really any final thoughts, just my final thank yous. We've already said it, but Speed Gaming, thank you for hosting tonight. Thank you for everyone putting this together last minute, making sure we got on there. But in general, for Speed Gaming hosting these, being able to get these on the air, it's absolutely fantastic. Great opportunity for people to watch this type of content, and also, of course, to give people the opportunity to be seen doing this, which is absolutely a huge win. Thank you to the runners, Mal, DK. Really appreciate you two spending the time today and being so willing to get this on the air and have everybody watch you put this together. It's absolutely fantastic getting that opportunity. And Adam, thank you for commentating with me. And our MVP, Mrs. Mal, thank you so much for tracking and adding so much colored commentary over there in the chat.
All right, y'all have a good night.
All right. Thank you, Neo. I was just dropping links in chat and telling people, if you're not already following the runners, follow the runners. What an exciting race. What a great jet seed. You don't see those every night. And follow the other members of the commentary team, our tracker, Mrs. Malchior, and my co-com, Neo No Name. And I believe that's going to bring us to the end tonight. So I guess we'll wrap it up right here. So thank you, Speed Gaming, for allowing us to restream this on your channels. Without Speed Gaming allowing us to restream, we are just we're a show without a broadcast. Thank you to Mrs. Malchior for coming out here and tracking tonight. Without trackers, we not only don't get restreams, but I don't have any idea that the red candle is on the coast in this seed. I just would have forgot that. And also, thank you both to Malchior and DK for joining this tournament and coming out and putting on this great race for us tonight. Without racers, obviously, it's just me and Neo up here talking about the weather. And I'm not sure we could get people to tune in for that, but I don't know. What do you think, Neo? Could we get people to tune in for that?
I would listen to the two of us debate the weather for an hour and a half, but that's just me.
And that's fair enough. And finally, thank you to chat for coming out and joining us tonight. So, 20 minutes, Speed Gaming 2, Shaddy versus Panzer Dave. Be there or miss a great race. I have been JXB Adam, joined on comms by Neo No Name and tracking by Mrs. Malchior. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will see you later on in Hyrule. For now, good night.